Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh, and salam sejahtera to all of you in this class. As you are aware that you are being given a special leave for the general election that has been scheduled on Saturday, 19th of November 2022. However, we need to still conduct the class, and I know that some of you are still being able to join this class. Uh, However, for that reason, I asking for your apology for that because I need to do it via asynchronous or recorded lecture as I'm having some other engagement today. Actually, I need to attend a workshop organized by the Entrepreneurship Center. So our purpose is to review uh, the roadmap of the center. But anyway, I hope that all of you are well, and those who are in transit or on the way to your hometown, please travel safely, either driving or even using public transport. So today's topic is basically about uh, venture creation. I think the way you look at it is this is um, not reputation, but rather than refreshment about other entrepreneurship subject. For example, in Asas Keusahawanan or Fundamental of Entrepreneurship, I guess you got an idea in that subject that the importance and also how we can create a business in Fundamental of Entrepreneurship. I guess the term is a business, a startup business. But here in a strategy entrepreneurship subject, we want the students to have a bigger idea about entrepreneurship and look at the creation of a company, of a business as a new venture. A new venture, that means we need to anticipate the challenges and what more the opportunities that are made available in the market by closing a certain gap that can fulfill people's need in that. Furthermore, I think this topic is more or less need to look at a strategic approach in a new venture creation. Right, guys. So the learning outcome, as you can see, we want you to understand the key elements of the business strategy for the entrepreneurial venture, recognize strategies adopted by entrepreneurs to establish their business, and to create a strategic vision for the venture. Yeah, this is very interesting part because um, my colleague and I, we had this discussion, a light discussion that turned into a heavy discussion this morning regarding the importance of the SMEs to understand strategic planning of the relevant firms. So here, I guess it is identical to. It is fair to say that the ability of the SMEs to do a strategic thinking or offering a strategic visions to their respective business entities, employees, or even other people, other parties like investors, uh, uh, so that they can convince them that the business are there to be able to secure or even making profit not only by chance but by a design of having visionary thinking and also process. Next is to learn how to create a code of ethics. I think it is part of a new venture creation as well, because in small medium enterprises, it consists of small firm and up to a middle or medium firms. So definitely, at one point or another, they will involve in serving the society and also giving back. That's how we see the importance of code of ethics in this sense, guys. So yeah, this is where again and again, from one chapter to another, you will see this um, a diagram, so I guess now we are more or less at a strategy implementation. We look at the programs level, and then so we zoom in into activities needed to accomplish a plan, the budget cost of the program, and also the procedures involved, which entails sequence of steps needed to do the job. Now, what is strategy? Is it strategy is a plan? Is it strategy is only mere things that we communicate verbally to make other people's amazed with our planning? So, business strategy is the action of organization takes to pursue its objective. So, whatever it is much more dependent on the objectives of the organization, particularly business organization. They need to be sure what are their objectives. Okay, what I mean here is actually a certain entrepreneurs or business people, they will not able to recognize the objective, but rather they are more bogged down and also put more focus on the business operation. Okay, so that is one important observation that I can give you in order to reflect what I mean here. Next is the strategy drives performance, and effective strategy result in a good performance. Indeed, this is something that we need to bear in our mind, that strategy drives performance. Here we see that if you plan and execute, definitely, it drives performance. And it works as an effective strategy, result in a good performance. Okay, a basic for the second point here, I want to stress out that indeed strategy influence performance, and effective strategy results in a good performance, definitely. Okay, so how we can understand this? Strategy is a process actually that influence performance. Okay, so the process, you have perhaps steps, you have some parties or even more than 4 parties involved in organization, and eventually to the performance. A basic distinction exists among content of a business strategy. The strategy process that business opted adopt to maintain the strategy, the environmental context within which the strategy must be made to work. So it's not only about the strategy, but it's the operational or the mechanism of the strategy that influence the business the strategy step that business adopt to maintain that strategy. More importantly, any strategy must observe the environmental context. So for us, researcher, we tend to recognize the both internal and external environment of any organization to make them successful. And we keep on highlighting this to entrepreneurs, business owners, for them to look at the environment, especially either the internal and external environment, which one give more pressure to the organization or business entities. So from there, we recognize how you can manage this decision. Strategy content. So here we can see when we're talking about strategy, we are focusing on three major elements. First, advantage it seeks. That means the benefits that the strategy portray to have, and it seems that someone can convince, then it's good. Or otherwise, we can recognize it as a marketing tool. Second is the final product range. This is among other things that we see the output of that strategy. Okay. So the final product range refers to the ability or reflects, I beg your pardon, reflects the ability of the organization to control and also master the production line and perhaps the some or two supporting business activities of that company. Third is customer serve or market scope. Strategy must exist hand in hand with understanding of the customer. Okay? If we having no such understanding in the context of the customer, so most likely there will be a mismatch between what the company can offer and what the customer wants. Now, about the final product range. From this perspective, we can see two major arguments. First, product range refers to the covers of type and range of product that are firm supplied to market. Okay. The second one, what type of product should be business offer, or what should their features be? Very interesting. On the left, it says that any product must be able to be applicable, to be useful to the firm or even indirectly to the main customer. However, on the other side, we look at what type of product should the business offer. So this is a very niche understanding. Some people say niche is more positive, but if you want to have an adverse situation, it can be referred to product should be business offer. Okay. Okay. After we recognize the products have a certain range and cover certain utilities. From that understanding, we know some products are suitable for certain people, and some other product is preferred to another set of human beings. So here, we recognize that the key decision includes how is the total market to be defined, what are the features are important for characterizing the market and defining its cost, and what group of customers should the business concentrate. In many cases, I beg your pardon. In many cases, this key decision making has been abandoned. Dia tak masuk pun benda-benda macam ni. Right? But when you start to hire people to do it, then you are able to see it more in a clearer sense. Same goes to what feature of the important characterizing the market and define its cost. Okay? What features are important for characterizing the market and how it is? Here kita boleh nampak lah kan, features tu influence so much on the users. Because some of the users, they are influenced by others. Okay? Influenced by others. And also, the sector is much dependent on the adaptation of technology, for example, among the people, public, or eventually end up being a client. Under market scope also, we realize that we need to consider what group of customers should the business concentrate. Okay, what type of leader, what group of leader of customers should the business concentrate? Okay, this is another important question, because by understanding this one, we can launch a niche strategy. Okay, for me, I prefer the third point because it reflects the importance of the customer to ensure that survivability of the firm. So what is competitive approach? Because here you can see how we differentiate understanding of entrepreneurship to utilization of entrepreneurship as the way for future. So competitive approach refers to the way which firm competes within its product market domain to sustain and to develop its business in the face of competitive pressure. Okay. So it refers to the way which firm completes its product range domain. Okay, we are looking at how far the company can produce invention, new product, but try to end up with some good definition. Competitive approach also reflect the way which firm tries to influence the customer to favor their things. This is very important. The way which firms try to influence the customer to favor to favor their offering. Okay, so competitive approach is about telling about the business and creating awareness and eventually influence the customer. And the point about the favor of their offering, it might be referred to the product or services that are currently offered. Yeah. Third point. For example, the competitive advantage should also be like a yardstick by this question. How should the product be priced relative to the competitor? Okay. And also, what dispute route will we use to get the product to the customer? So both need a clear analytical thinking, fact and figures. Hmm? Okay, we continue. Decision about strategy content must be made in the light of understanding the external condition and also internal concept. Okay, so for us, both sometimes can exist like and enhance. Okay, but a certain environment is not necessarily helpful to the firm. Okay, so this understanding of external environment can be considered as threat uh, uh, to the new venture creation of the companies. Next is the external. Refers to the characteristic of the market, the competitive situation, and the way which different sector can be served. Okay, external point of view, mission and goals of the organization on resources is has to hand and its responsibility. So this is another important insight, whereby if we would like to become creative or having creative competitive advantage, it must be different than others. So internal, the mission and goal of the organization, the resources have to have its capability. So these are details of the entrepreneurial business. Sorry. In strategy process in the entrepreneurial business, we can observe three major elements. The first thing is desired strategy content. To achieve customer content and address the existing strategy content. Now, these three elements interact with each other, but more importantly, the relationship between them. Okay. If we look at how the relationship between existing strategy content and desired strategy content exist, we must look at the way in which decision is about what the business wishes to achieve is taken and communicated. So here we see that the existing strategy content very much dependent on the decision of the business, whereby either it's allocate any financial benefit or not. In between desired strategy content and achieved strategy content, it control over the delivery of the surgery content, okay? And in between existing strategy and achieved strategy content, it will be an ongoing process, routine, and decision making within the organization. So all in all, this is about the firm strategy process in the way which business make decision about the strategy content it wishes to be able to push. Okay? To achieve, I beg your pardon. So existing and achieve strategy content. I guess the existing is exists. I mean, for it might be. Beg your pardon. It might be come from the process since the inception of that business, or we can focus on new strategy but proven elsewhere. So the strategy content of this business will evolve over time. This is very important. The strategy content as well will evolve over time. The way which the business modifies its range of product or changes its customer base, develop its competitive approach will be the result of the series of ongoing decisions and action taken by the people who make up the organization. So it's kind of interesting when we see that companies or businesses are willing to develop or develop range of customer base and it develop its competitive advantage will be the result of the series of ongoing decision and action taken by the people. So the strategy content is more or less dependent on a certain support system. So this decision occurs when the organization does not have an explicit strategy to guide them. So this is very important insight. And this is very important insight. This strategy occurs when the organization does not have an explicit strategy to guide them. So this is where strategy content is taking place. They may be made in the response to the immediate market opportunity. So that means any strategy is dependent so much on the opportunities that may available by God to them. Okay. These are the numbers of ways in which organization can become aware of the desired strategy content. Okay, how we can recognize someone's ability to understand is by not examine them, but rather than to put them and also start talking about talking about the business and the growth potential of the business. Then also another way of become aware of the strategy content is to the definition of a mission. It means that some people are much more dependent on a documented mission of the organization. Is interesting. However, the nowadays people, the young people, might not be suitable for this one. So another approach is to setting of objective, and through informal and informal discussion. So this is very important because we need to know the objectives and how any organization arrives in this objective. So startup formal education most likely influence as well. What else? Okay, desired strategy content and achieve strategy content. Okay, the link is manifest in the ability of entrepreneur to deliver strategic content they desire for the organization. Okay, two things may limit this between delivery of desired strategy and achieve strategy, whereby they must be both achievable. Given the market condition and the competitive forces present and feasible, in terms of the resources available to make them necessary investment. So we must also try to open up our ability to think because two things may limit his limit. However, we see that one limitation is must be both achievable given the market condition and the competitive forces present, feasible in terms of resources available to make necessary investment, and degree of control for control to the entrepreneur has over the organization. So that means to implement this desired strategy and achieve strategy, we must know about the ability of the internal management. Okay, that has imposed um, that the degree control has over the organization. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, value creation development strategy in a good company. How we can develop a strategy. The business ethic and value are subject of increasing great attention today in the light of numerous scandals involving unethical and unlawful action of the part of the managers. Yes, I agree. Ethics, behavior of that confirm do not moral, do not more confirm to sorry. We must have ethics so that behavior can conform to the moral principle and value. That means our behavior will adhere and patuhlah kepada prinsip and value. Business ethics, the discipline of developing and practicing business relationship that conform to this model. Many business design formal ethics program include a code of ethics. Research has identified three strategic benefits to the business. First, they will build a employee loyalty. When we have a strategic action in place, then the employee become convinced. Hence, reduce the turnover and also the training cost. That's number one. Number two, reduce the theft. Increase the sales and also build customer loyalty. And last but not least, to attract quality applicants with minimum investment. So at least, I think the quality applicants is something more valuable compared to other resources. Okay? Yeah, code of ethics, I think this is quite okay. It's never too early in the formulation of new venture, right? Write a code ethics. Once written, the document can and should be revisited each year as the firm grow. More information can be added to, and code of ethics should attain the following types of information: purpose, policy, procedures, environmental, accuracy and complete records, workplace safety, bidding, and all that. Okay. Yeah, that's all, guys. Just before that, I want to make sure that you being able to scan your QR code for your attendance. So I may display it now. Please scan. No, I think you can scan in the next class. Okay, guys. Until then, thank you very much and see you when you get back to the campus. Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera.